Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Finally, episode 9. Sorry for the delay. I'm really gonna try to get back on track on everything. At least do it every 2 weeks or sooner. And yeah, it's just been crazy as usual. Like I said, busiest time, and my health is kind of obscure. And I'm trying to do this podcast, and there's lots more I'm working on behind the scenes. Trying to do as much as I can. I'd really like to see some growth in 2020 for the channel and my content in general, wherever that content may be, the social media stuff, the making of videos. I like to get back into streaming. I've been testing some stuff out for streaming again. I spent like 2 hours, 2.5 hours on some stuff tonight, and yeah, it's streaming. It's annoying. I want to stream, but sometimes it's just very difficult, and I can't figure it all out all on my own. And yeah, a while ago I was pretty good at it. Now I'm kind of just learning some stuff, going over some stuff, and got to make sure my computer's up to date and running fast, and all the internet stuff and matching stuff up, and then yeah, and the other thing too. I really want to get into some streaming. I could stream off my phone pretty simply onto YouTube and to Twitch and just do some hangout streams. I jumped on Twitch tonight and I tested the game out. It seemed fun. I just don't want to spend too much time just gaming and streaming though. Nothing against it. I did it a lot. And yeah, things were moving well, really well on Twitch for me. Actually, I was growing really quickly, and yeah, probably double or triple amount of growth in the time on the platform. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a good thing. I liked it, but I was just gaming every day. I didn't make any other content. I wasn't thinking about other things. Just gaming 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I don't want to go back to that. And yeah, the thing I like streaming off my phone right away is, let me just maybe do that for the next 2 weeks or something. Do a couple YouTube streams on there, a couple hangouts, a couple Twitch streams off my phone, a couple hangouts while I, get everything on the computer back to top to stream. And yeah, just add some streaming. Like I said, I don't want to do it a ton. I'd like to just do some hangout streams, maybe open up some Transformers, maybe just talk about content, talk about personal things, just hang out, do some hangout streams. Especially on Twitch, it'd be good and YouTube just to do some hangout streams, talk to you guys in the community, and yeah, open up some figures, talk about trans stuff, talk about Transformers, talk about gaming, anything, and just kind of take it from there. I think that's where I'm really headed with all this stuff. And yeah, like I said, I just got to get back into the groove of doing some of it. Streaming does stress me out, even tonight, like trying to get stuff to work, and some stuff I got, and then it didn't work, and then my computer is slow, and I haven't cleaned out my computer in a while, and it's slow from all the video footage, and just so much stuff going on all the time. But I'm here, I'm fighting every day, I'm trying to feel better, I'm trying to do more. I want to make a push for the content especially in 2020. I've said that before. If we can hit 1,500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of December, that'd be huge for me. That'd be a good position to be in for the upcoming year. And yeah, like I said, add some streaming. I think the streaming will help to get some buzz and new people even just on the channel, and then yeah, hanging out on Twitch, doing some just hangout streams, and then yeah, eventually do some gaming here and there. Not a ton, but it would be fun again. I am down for that. Even if Twitch, I don't see Twitch going away right away or anything. I know there's all this talk and controversy about stuff like that, but I don't know. I just like to jump on and do a couple gaming streams here and there, but really like to do some hangout streams on YouTube and grow from there. And yeah, wherever, Instagram, I have access to streams, so it's just about doing it for me, and just about getting on my phone and doing it there, and then tweaking all the stuff behind the scenes for at home, and yeah, just see where it goes, see if it helps. I like interacting with the subscribers, the viewers, the pod, and yeah, it's a good way to do it. And yeah, that's what I've been working on. And yeah, hopefully I'll let you know on social media before I do one. Probably just do some off my phone just to get it going, ball rolling, get back on camera, just say hello and chat for a while. And then yeah, that'll be added into the content, and this podcast should be coming out bi-weekly, and then hopefully basically weekly again. It's just so busy, and yeah, I got so much to review. The Sega Genesis mini put me back, and I'm working on a Switch Lite review, and I'm working on amiibos unboxing, plus like 10 Transformers videos in the work. So I'm just like trying to do as much as I can, but I love it. And like if I just had my full strength and full health, I could just kill. But I can only do so much right now, and I'm really struggling at times. But I don't care. I want to grind through. I see a lot of people out there doing their thing, and not that I'm jealous, but I am envious of people, that are just killing it and have their health, and they're out there doing their thing. And I hope to get back there one day. I just know I have more potential than I'm giving, and I like to do that. But yeah, do that with a little streaming. Tons of stuff is happening. We got the Switch Lite just came out. I got the turquoise one. And yeah, there's lots of cool amiibos. All those cool amiibos just came out. That's really cool. The Squirtle, Ivysaur, Zelda, and Snake. There was a snake in my boots. But yeah, so that's really cool. Nice to see some new consoles out there. Another way for people to access the Switch, the handheld market. Basically the end of the 3DS. So that's really cool. And yeah, it's been busy for me at work. It's been busy for me at home. It's a good busy though right now. Making more money and saving money, and have plans for so much. And yeah, that's why I want to just connect more with the people. I want to get more people on the YouTube channel. I feel like it should be growing a bit more now. I'm trying my best. I see other channels that ride other people's whatever coattails more, and yeah, interact, try to get them to do all these shout outs. I've done, I've been one of those people on Patreon that's gone under us. I still am a Patreon to a lot of people, but I'd go to the Google Hangout chats with people, and I wasn't trying to ask for a handout or anything like holler me out or anything and shout me out. I never asked for that. I just thought it at the time was a cool way, and to meet someone that's doing something like that you would like to do, making content, and it was a good way to learn from them and stuff. So I think it has its ups and downs. I don't want to touch on that too much right now. The whole Patreon thing seems to be it's a battleground. Especially in the gaming community. I think people care about it more in the gaming community, because I watch all these other channels where people are getting donated and 40 things sent to their house every day and no one cares. So it's like, okay. But in the gaming community, people really seem to get after people if they have Patreon or if they have a P.O. box. Or, I guess there was a small vocal. But the cool thing is about, that is the one cool thing about that was the Patreon, being able to, kind of, hear from someone, ask questions that you look up to, that you respect on YouTube, making content, and, maybe people on Patreons from other genres like art, got to talk to some artists that they really like. And yeah, not like you're asking for anything, but you're just trying to get some insight and see like what it's like to be doing stuff. So, yeah, I see the ups and downs with it, all of that, but then I'm just talking about the growth. Like, so I just use that as a tool to figure out, like, maybe like get some insight from people, try to grow my channel, But I see a lot of these people in these groups, and they beg people for shout outs every day. Shout me out, shout me out. And I guess it works. So you're playing the game, you're asking for shout outs, so your channel grows. But I watch these channels, and their content is not as strong as mine. I'm not saying my content is great. I know I could have better editing, new flashy, this and that, but I don't do tropey edits, and I'm not going to add stuff I don't like. I like to keep mine clean. And yeah, I know there's things I want to upgrade and change in the future. But, I watch other people's channels that just beg people, and, they're just trying to be part of this group or these groups that are out there. And, they rally together and all shout each other out. And then their channels grow, they go from like 1,000 to 4,000 to 5, 6, 10,000 or more subscribers. But some of their stuff is trash. Like some people, they might beg and they have good content, so be it. But a lot of people I see, I'm like, I'm funnier than you. I'm more funny than you. I have more camera presence, and my editing is not a tropey wannabe mess. But I don't even care about that. It's just something I'd like to bring up, like. So the thing is, even if these people accept me into groups, which usually they don't, or I just don't fit into these groups as well, I find I don't fit in well with a lot of people. I just never have, and I don't think I ever necessarily will. I kind of always, follow the beat to my own drum, so to speak. But I don't know. I notice some people, I feel like there's a connection, just like, like, hey, what's up? And maybe we'll, talk about some content in the future or something. But some people just seem to be cold to me, or I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of vibe I give off, because I'm just trying to be, respectful as possible to people, and I'm just trying to learn some insight to do it myself. I'm not asking, like, put me on your channel. I'm not asking, shout me out, but I'm out there just trying to learn and see what works. But it's crazy. It's a weird perspective on the platform, and how to grow, and how to be, and what to do, and what people should expect. And yeah, you got to make your own choices. If you do the Patreon or some route like that, you're going to have backlash from people. You got to accept that. You got to understand that. You got to take that. Of course, people are going to be like, you're getting stuff sent to you every day for free from your fans. Yeah, people are. And if you don't care, and you're just a crazy capitalist, and you're just all about the money and all the stuff, then yeah, don't worry. Just take the money and run, type of thing. That it's just different beliefs. Some people don't want to take stuff from their fans. Some people do. Some people don't care. Some people do care. And there's going to be a little back and forth, I think, always. So it's just, it depends on your morals and what you think is right. And at the end of the day, if you're doing something that's not good, or, kind of shady, but, you got to take your own path. I've mentioned plenty of times on my YouTube channel, I might do a Patreon. I never have, and I'm right now, it's just too heated, and I don't make a cent off of YouTube anyway, so I am doing this strictly for the passion. So like having merch, I've always said, or stuff down the road, or I don't see the worst thing if people donate here and there into a stream. I know there's different perspectives on that too, but if people maybe want to give you a couple bucks, then so be it. But I don't know. I think we're streaming, because I've streamed on Twitch and accepted money. So yeah, I can't really, be a hypocrite and say I wouldn't do it again, because it's just part of it. But that's what I mean. You gotta kind of see where you are, what you want to do. Like I said, I had plans to do a Patreon. I thought it was cool. And I was just not doing it now still. I just didn't think I needed. I went the OnlyFans route. And I do like OnlyFans, because you are giving something to your viewers, a little extra Danny, a little extra this, you're paying for some personal pictures or whatever. So it's like you are receiving something for money. It's not just like, people are donating to me and they get nothing in return. That's why I always like the merch or the sticker route, or what I mean, like that, because at least when you're donating, you have something to show for it, and or when you buy stickers, you have something to show for it, or t-shirts, or OnlyFans stuff. So there's different ways. The OnlyFans thing has helped. That's why I'm continuing to try to grow my followers and subscribers base all over the internet. Tumblr, I'm gonna hit 2,000 subscribers. Just over 9,000 just over 9,000 subscribers on Instagram. That's what I've said with multiple vlogs and videos on here. I was like, I just want to get 10,000 subscribers on all my stuff. That's the main goal, like hit 1,000, hit 5,000, hit 10,000. And of course, you're going to grow from that. But like I said, I wasn't looking for a huge fan base. I was probably looking for more of a niche, like, fan base. I'm kind of a certain way, like, I'm a certain way where, I might say things like, I might make fun of this or that, and I still have jokes, and, I don't take things too serious, and, I don't want to fit in with a type of minority, not even trans. Like, I just want to be myself. Like, trans is cool, except gays and all this junk, but I just want to be, left to be judged on just being myself and my content. I'm not trying to group up with these people here and there and trans, like, accept people. I tried to do a positive channel, and I know even the positive stuff got thrown around so much lately, but it's just like positive for yourself, positive for who you are, accept people, as long as no one's getting hurt, accept people. Why does it bother you that someone wants to live a certain way? But like I said, I don't want to be lumped in with everything too. I'd like to just like make my content and see things grow this year. You know, that's where I feel like it's headed, and I'd really like to I really like to see where it all goes. You know, I really love making content either on here or, you know, my social media type stuff, just blogging, taking pictures, you know, posing, being a nerd. It's something I really love, and I've tried to express that on YouTube. I'm just not sure 100% why it's not growing as much as I had. Like, if I had the success I had from Twitch on YouTube, I would just be blown out of the way, but blown out of the water. But I understand YouTube doesn't move. Like, it's harder to get a fan base on YouTube. So that's why it really shows, like, once you do, you know. It's not like it's growing too slow for me, but I would like to see it pick up, and I would like to, that's why I'm adding the streaming. That's why I want to interact with people, even if it's just hang out and unboxing streams. Like, let's get the community built a bit more. And, you know, that's what this whole thing I'm talking about. I'm just blabbering on, but yeah, it's just about growth in general and doing it yourself, standing alone. You know, I guess later years that'll shine, and you'll be like, oh, it's kind of good I didn't like just join a group or conform to something to you know, get better, bigger and accepted by a group. It's better just to be yourself and, you know, stand out alone and make the choices you want to make. And yeah, make content. You know, I feel like I want to make a lot more content than what I'm just making on here. And yeah, different types of content as I got older, and different types of content. But yeah, mostly all nerdy and silly stuff, and or gaming related or TV show related, VHS related. I really want to do more VHS and reviews once in a while. Like, I just don't always have time to watch the VHSs, so I'll add those in. But, you know, there's a lot of change ahead, you know. And with YouTube has some changes up ahead too now, with family friendly content. They told everyone they didn't want anyone to swear. Now they're going back and they're punishing everyone that was family friendly. You know, YouTube is just changing their policies in 2020, so we have 4 months, you know. But I'm not too worried. I see a lot of channels like would be worried, like the actual family vloggers and family channels like that. My stuff, it's always been a retro channel. It's a PG type rating. It's not G for everyone here. It's PG for Shizzle My Pistol, and you know, it's also mostly for adults and people living in, like, you know, nostalgia. It's retro, it's Transformers. A lot of these Transformers and toys kids don't care about now. Only adults do. Like, kids don't even care about toys anymore. So, but I kept out the swearing usually. I mean, I might touch on some subject matter here and there, or use some cheeky lines, but I wanted to keep it like no swearing and stuff because YouTube told me to, and also because I thought it'd be cool just to have it so more people could watch, like, or like while your kid's in the room you can have me on chatting away or reviewing something, because you know there's not gonna be any swearing or anything too crazy. You know, everything else will probably go over kids' heads, so that's kind of where I like to keep it. So I'm not too worried, but it could suck for the toy reviewers like that are doing slime and all that Elsa junk. I could see why people are hating on that, to tell you the truth. And you know, this is all about collecting kids' data. They're, you know, YouTube got fined like something $1 million, and I don't have the article right in front of me, and I don't want to get into all that. I'm not a huge business type person. I don't understand all the lingo and, you know, breaking down legal forums and stuff, right? But I just thought I'd mention it. You know, there's been a big, you know, if you watch any tech channels or you're just into some of the nostalgia and toy channels, yeah, I've seen some videos pop up being like the end. A lot of people did get scared because, you know, anyone watching any kids material now, they consider that a child watching it. So yeah, and they're taking away comments, they're taking away likes, they're taking away you know, personalized ads from these kids videos. So yeah, I mean, that's scary for people that do actually do stuff for kids on kids YouTube and all that. But I mean, YouTube just, like, how come Twitch made it so simple, plus 18 or not? Like, YouTube needs better login things or extra codes to get in, because you shouldn't be punishing the people making this stuff, and that sucks. Like, I want to make review channels on action figures and Transformers, and I want to be able to people to like and comment. That's the whole point of this. I love chatting with the people that like the content. I like commenting back to the people that comment. So, it is scary, and we'll see how it goes. There'll be 4 months, and I don't plan to change a thing. I just plan to, keep in the channel and keep talking and reviewing stuff and having fun with all the nostalgia and Transformers, and this isn't a kid's channel. Could it be somewhat kid friendly at a time? I guess, but it's still more of a PG rating. I say trannies, for Christ's sakes. Hey, check out those Transformers. Hey, check out those trannies. Like, I'm trans. I get to say it. We live in the day when people are offended that a trans person said it. It's like, get over yourself. If I'm saying it with the right context like I am now, then let me say it. But yeah, there's, like I said, we have to see. Like, I don't want any toy channels, like good toy channels that are for adults. Transformer reviews, figure reviews for adults. I don't want to see anybody like that getting punished. But hope this isn't the beginning of the end of that stuff, because that would be really hurtful. And that's why, as much as I love YouTube, I think this is one policy change. They have so many policy changes, though. I do get tired of it, and that freaks me out. That's not very good, but you just gotta go with the flow for now. And like I said, I like to do some streaming, do some other things. I might other things to do, work on still work on videos here, and get some other stuff going, and always have the podcast is available here and on Anchor and everywhere else, Spotify. But I'll always have the podcast, and if I have to put it on a different channel for a while, or just, I'll keep you informed. But that's why I'm like trying to branch out, and I'm trying to keep this podcast going and alive. It's probably going to have ups and downs as we go, but after this one's out, it should be pretty good again for a while. So, but that's why I did the podcast. That's why I'm trying to get back into a little light streaming here and there and all this stuff like that. So just kind of keep building and going, get some merch and some stuff like that eventually out for y'all, and to see where it all goes. I'm so happy about to hit 10K on Instagram, and it was a goal I set, and I seen it come through. A goal for mine was to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's been met. A lot of goals I set a few years ago have all been met. Now it's just about setting more goals and growing more and connecting more with people and going on, from that perspective. Because, I'd like to meet more people. I'd love to go to more conventions. I'd love to make more content like that and all that good stuff. But like I said, I could ramble on forever. This is a huge ramble of all over the place walk-in. But just had to just say all that. We'll get into some Transformers news as per usual. We'll get into some other stuff. But, like I said, make sure watching all these, if you're watching these episodes on YouTube, if you're watching all these episodes on YouTube, let's get all the first 10 episodes over 100 views, and we'll do a couple giveaways on the channel as well. So yes, keep that in mind. Thank you so much for listening to all this. Hope it made somewhat of sense. And let's get into some Transformers news. All right, we're going to move into the Q&A part. Just 2 questions this week. Remember to get your questions in. Ask me anything from Transformers to anything I'm collecting, personal stuff. Ask me whatever. Get a shout out, and then let's interact and have some fun. But thanks for being here. And Steve Green's always with the questions. Steve Green has an Instagram, a YouTube. You can find him at Steve Green. So hit him up. Great podcast as always. Thank you. I want to keep these going. Just so much lately. Who are your top 5 Canadian celebrities from TV, film, or music and YouTube? Honestly, I don't know. I know Canadian celebrities, but there's a lot of people like Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, but I'm not really fans of them. I mean, I like them at times in my life, but they've never been favorites. I say probably number 1 Canadian that means the most to me, that's like a celebrity, would be Wayne Gretzky. I know he kind of turned his back on Canada for the NHL, went into LA and all that, and played hockey in the States, but he was a national hero. I was born a little late to witness the greatness of Wayne Gretzky, but he was always very kind of handsome, I thought, as a kid, and he was always in the McDonald's commercials. He was selling out. I don't know, he had an adorable face. I think Wayne Gretzky is like everyone's Canadian hero, so I wouldn't say I have a top 5 or anything. I couldn't even name 2, I don't think, but I mean, there's probably someone escaping my mind, but Yeah, no, I can't even. I really can't think of anyone else besides Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky. But yeah, I mean Wayne, like I said, Jim Carrey, Mike Myers. There's Canadian people that I'm really happy for, but I've never followed them or really like looked up to them. But I like Wayne. I like how he he owned the game for a moment in time, and yeah, in every Canadian's heart, that likes NHL, likes some hockey, loves Wayne Gretzky. So yeah, I love you, Wayne. Grub Gun, who's always here asking good questions. Go make sure you follow them on YouTube. I know they have Twitch, Instagram, the whole work. So go follow them on all their social medias. And yeah, they're huge support of the channel and a good friend. Have them on Facebook for quite some time now. And yeah, it's awesome. So yeah, but Grub Gun asks, how do you choose which Transformers you want to buy? With so many available, how do you pick? Well, you know what? That's why I like to keep on the Hasbro side, even though some third-party stuff and KO, I mean, the KO is not as much, but the third-party stuff, like the third-party stuff, Fans Toys is incredible. Some of that stuff is so well made. Yeah, some of those Dinobot third-party guys I've wanted, but I kind of tried to stay in the Hasbro side. Yeah, even though we might never get some of the characters, especially in the Masterpiece line, if you're doing it that way, and I have had the itch, like, that new Blitzwing, coming out, stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, I want that. But I kind of just push myself away from that, focus on the Hasbro side. Right now I am focusing heavily on the Siege line, trying to track down Siege Transformers that I need. Also trying to track down all the Walmart G1 reissues. I think I have every single one that's come out so far, but I know I actually do have everyone that's come out so far, even doubles. But yeah, I like stuff like that. And then yeah, I'll pick and choose. I also love real G1 or the Encore reissues that they came out in the early 2000s of the G1 figures. I'm all over that. I'm collecting heavily into that. I like having authentic G1s. I like those Encore ones and mix and match. And yeah, I love G1. I was heavily focused on G2. I haven't bought any G2 stuff for a while now, but I have some sealed G2 stuff that I was like, I'm gonna open it. Now I'm like hesitant. I want to open it, but I don't. And then yeah, I like G2 a lot. I'm huge. Like, if I could go for a full G2 collection in the future, I definitely will. I just recently got the green Megatron tank. I've got, some of the other little bots here and there, but I love G2, G1. And then the newer stuff, I was collecting Titans Return there heavily for a while. I still trying to pick up them. I had Powers of the Prime. Those are two last lines that came out. So I picked up some stuff in there slowly. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I really like that Combiner Wars, that Titans Return, Powers of the Prime, now Siege lines, I don't really collect any like robots in disguise. I'm not against it. Sometimes they have actual G1 repaints and stuff like that as well in there. But or Energon and stuff. It's just I kind of missed out. I kind of got out of Transformers at the time. I was, like I said, I sold my Beast Wars stuff off. I just kind of got tired of the animals and I wanted the cars back. But I don't know. Then my life changed. I got into my weird teens and I was an unhappy child and happy teenager. So I didn't focus on toys because that would toys would make me happy and I was just so glum and. Yeah, experimenting with other things like drugs and yeah, that's not good. There was my money. I could have had a great collection if I was happy, but so now I just kind of do that. And of course, Masterpiece. I get some Masterpiece here and there. I'm not going crazy on that because they're always like reissuing new ones or. We're getting the same characters made over and over right now in the Masterpiece line. Another Bumblebee, another Optimus Prime. They're talking about more Seekers. We got that new Megatron, which we needed. That new Megatron is fantastic. But, it's just, all over the place, Transformers. But I love collecting them. They make me so happy. I love having the toys. I love enjoying them, my collection. I love looking at the stuff. I love talking about the stuff, the passion, the collecting. It's a lot of fun. I mean... that's what we're here for. I like to be silly, nerdy, and have fun. It's, a little getaway here just to kick back and be nostalgic and reflect on things and how they make us feel and all that stuff. It's about being yourself. But yeah, that's an awesome question. Grub Gun. Thanks for asking. Thanks for looking forward to the podcast. Sorry, guys, the podcast has been distraught lately, but let's get back there. Remember to get at each episode up to 100 views for the first 10 episodes, and then we'll do some giveaways and some streams and all that good stuff. So thank you for being here. Let's get into some Transformers news finally now, and yeah, let's do it. All right, jumping into some Transformers news today. Actually, the day I'm recording most of this podcast raw is September 17th, 1984. And why is that a special date? Because that's when Transformers aired for the first time in September. 1984 though. So 2 years before I was born. What a huge day in Transformer history. And yeah, just wow, Transformers, like wow, that's pretty cool. I really always loved the show. Like I said, like I was always like Ninja Turtles. I remember watching Ninja Turtles at like 2 and 3 and absolutely loving it. It's something about the green little guys, the mutants, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, and they eat pizza. And like, I didn't even know what they were eating when I was that young, but I just was like, enjoy it. But I always thought Transformers was the next level show. Like, I thought it was for adults or something when I was a kid. Like, I'd be like, this is like a serious cartoon, even though Transformers has the goofiest stuff possible at times and all that as well. But, yeah, I just like, I have such vivid memories. And yeah, like, I must be like some of the younger generation to see the original run on TV before, you know, they did Gen 2 and had it on YTV because I'm in Canada, so they used to play, they call it Generation 2, but it was still the old show. And yeah, they played it on YTV, a different little cut. But yeah, for me, watching Transformers, I'd have to catch it on air when I was really young. And then, of course, in the days of getting a VHS player and VHSs, my grandma, I remember she worked at this place called Lakeview Market, and it was in my town, and it was right next to a video store. And the specific crazy thing about this video store is that it had so many Transformers VHSs that I've never seen. It had those big box ones and all these different variant covers. I know they have lots of weird covers that used to be in Canada for Transformers VHSs and stuff. I love collecting VHS, so any Transformers VHS I must collect as well. But I remember being just a small little helpless dolphin, and yeah, I would look at the rack and look at the rack. I'd look at the shelf of VHSs of the Transformers, especially at the store. I loved going there, even just to look at the artwork while I was there. I was like overly amazed at all the artwork on the boxes, and yeah, I'd look at everything, and yeah, I'd get to rent a few VHSs and watch Transformers that way. But I still remember seeing it on regular TV as a kid too, and I would just get hyped, even though I was like really young, really small, really silly. But I love it. It's a huge day, man. Like, you know, Transformers, it changed so many perspectives as an anime style. Like, it's from Japan, the toy lines, the separate toy lines, so it has that cool look. I couldn't understand why it had such an amazing look as a kid. And just seeing the opening, I'm just gonna play it just right now, the opening. The big symbols fly in and you see Optimus, and it's just like the Transformers. And the Seekers come in, Thundercracker right in the front, and yeah, it shows the Autobots, Bumblebee and Optimus and Megatron and Soundwave, and everyone's clashing and fighting, and it's just like robots in disguise, tapes ejecting, Megatron turning into a gun, the Seekers flying over the volcano, and then the big huge logo with the trumpet Transformers or whatever instrument it is. It's just it's happened so quickly, and it's so cool. It captured me. It captured such a generation of people. I'm so glad I'm not, like, it'd be cooler to be a couple years older and seen it when it first aired, but like, I'm glad I had that small little childlike imagination when I first saw the show, because this stuff changed my life. Like, I remember thinking, like, is there anything better than this? And the toys were so hard to get, and I know my mom, it's just like, she gets upset, but like in 1987, 88, 89, we didn't have a ton of money, and these toys, besides being not on the shelves pretty much anymore, they were expensive Transformers figures, especially back in the day. So I didn't have a lot. I had a few hand-me-downs. I had some Headmasters, that wolf guy, that Headmaster figure, and a whole bunch of junk like that. But I absolutely loved it. And yeah, I'm just want to celebrate, Transformers more. I love the G1 show. Like, the G1 fan base holds it together. The G1 fan base, still everyone talks about it. Like the hardcore fans always with the masterpiece lines, and fans toys and the third parties that all do G1, and people just want them to do G1. And yeah, I'm kind of with them. I love the G1 stuff. I'd love to see more masterpiece G1 officials though. Much as I think some third party stuff is cool, and probably would have some of it if it was like easier to access in my area, but for the most part I do like to stay under the Hasbro label. But yeah, it's just the G1 show though, as silly as it could be and as serious it could be and fun as it could be, it's a great show. Like, it really is a great show. You use your imagination. Like I said, when I was a kid, I like how they could just change. I think that had a part of it too, being trans. Like, just I know, like I was really young and I'd think about things about switching bodies. I wish I was Captain Ginyu, but change now. But it's like I wished I could just change, and they could change, and they change into something they like, and they were a robot. And yeah, the show had so many punchlines and written so well. Grimlock, the Dinobots. Like, I remember I would be cackling, laughing, screaming, crying out loud by myself in a basement over this show. Like, I would be screaming, laughing, crying when Optimus died when I watched the original movie. Like, it was just yeah, there were so many times I just thought, like, how did someone even invent this? How did someone even write this? I was thinking that at like 7-8 years old. I contemplate the writing in the show very hard because it just seems so good. I know it has its parts, but it's just the characters. Each character in G1, especially that old show, Starscream, Megatron, Soundwave, Optimus, Bumblebee, tons more. The depth, the character of each character. Even Skywarp and Thundercracker. I just like their voices. I just like how they held themselves, even though they were just different repaints of Starscream. They seemed to have so much character, and you liked how they all kind of looked the same but had their own color, and all turned into jets or what have you. The Constructicons, how they all looked very similar, and they all turned into different construction vehicles. And yeah, then they all merged together to form Devastator, and just the concepts back then blew my mind, and I absolutely loved it. Like I said, the first seasons, even like the later seasons I'd watch too of G1, but yeah, like season 3 and all that with Hot Rod and all that, I did like them to a point. But I think the ones I really liked mostly as a kid too was the original G1 stuff, because it just captured a time and place and era, and I don't know, the jokes, and they have Optimus and his crew. Even though I was always more infatuated by the Decepticons, and I liked how the Autobots, they were kind of like a fun family. Jazz would transform and play some tape and some silly music or something, and everyone would have a chuckle and laugh and transform and let's roll out together type of thing. So it had a family vibe. It had it had so many good vibes in it, and I still love it today. Sometimes it's harder to watch some episodes. I can only watch so much in a row because I don't know. It's just compared. I almost I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, and I just like in Dragon Ball Z how it's like all together. It's one long big story basically. Transformers had some of that going, but once it was usually just its own separate like episode or couple episodes, and kind of go from there, which is good too. Just when you compare them now, I feel like I could watch Dragon Ball Z for a long time longer than Transformers, because Transformers, some of it gets a little corny here and there, even though I still love it and remember it and stuff. It's just like but yeah, that's why I love the G1 Transformers movie. I know we're talking about the television show, but I love the movie, and we only get a glimpse. That's the only glimpse of that style and that perspective and take on Transformers, and it is the best take. It's just aged up a little more. It's more adult, and the animation is on point. And yeah, after I saw that, I wished and wished and wished upon a star that we'd get something like that down the road. We would get something again in that style, and I love that classic 2D animation. I absolutely love the tone. That's what I meant to say, the tone and expression of that movie. Like, why, like, Galvatron, he went to therapy after in the show when it got so silly. Like, but in that movie, everything was just had a touch of the serious sprinkled all over it. and a John Sprinkles might. But there was just a level of maturity, a level of everything, and it all came together in this awesome, soundtrack and rock. And I'm an Eminem fan. I'm not even into rock music, but this movie all together and how it is just is insane and awesome, and the perfect Transformers content, my favorite Transformers content to date. So, but the show is what got us there. Sure, it had its misanimations, sure, it had errors here and there and weird stuff going on, but hey, it brought us the movie. And it made us fall in love with Optimus Prime and Bumblebee and the Decepticons and Soundwave and Rumble and Ravage and Laserbeak and the whole crew. It was so in-depth with characters, and I know it was all just to sell toys, but, it worked, and you wanted the toys. I wanted all the toys, but they were so hard to get. Why do you think I collected them, for years later? Still, being a early adult, early 20s, I would buy an Astro Train here and there and save up for it, because the G1 stuff back then was still going for some good money. And yeah, G1, it's just, I know a lot of people think it's too blocky now or this and that, but the people that grew up with it, you see it just tiny different. You like the simplicity. And yeah, you kind of, it's cool to see the Titans Returns and the Combiner Wars take on the Transformers figures today and see them with the articulation. But just seeing the old toy, there's something nostalgic about it. You used your imagination for the articulation. You used your imagination for this and that. But the toys were awesome. The show was awesome. One of my, favorite cartoons growing up as a kid, and still is. Dragon Ball Z, Transformers. Can't really get more better than that for me. Of course, I love other things, Pokemon at times, and there's other shows, but it's just, can't believe we're celebrating Transformers being, we're just celebrating Transformers, and I'm so happy it came out. Like I said, I wasn't even born yet. It took a couple years down the line for me to, be at least 2 or 3 to actually see some episodes. I'm glad my family wasn't against Transformers. I'm glad my family didn't think this was the devil or some devil worship. Glad back then, people were more lax, and they didn't really care or think about ratings. And maybe I was too young to see some of this, but I didn't ever get scared of Transformers once. I loved all the episodes. I loved all the artwork. I loved all the characters, and I just thought it was brilliant. I always thought it was brilliant from the get-go, because it is. It's a great show, and I love Transformers. And yeah, I like doing this podcast. I like talking about the toys. I like talking about the cards. I like talking about the culture, and anything. So this was a good thing to bring up. I saw a few other people doing talks about it, and I just want to do my own take and bring it up, because I love the G1 show. It's a show that started it all. It's the show that I want all the G1 stuff still, Masterpiece style, official Hasbro style, and yeah, it's just fun to collect, fun to reminisce, and yeah, hopefully I did an okay job for that. Didn't know really where to take it, but I just wanted to share some of that. And yeah, we'll move on to maybe talking about some toys and such. I wanted to bring up in Transformers Cyberverse Warrior Class Wave 5, there's some packaging photos. So, yeah, that's really interesting. I do like my Cyberverse. Like I said, I'm trying to collect it all sealed, and yeah, keep it that way for now. And yeah, not everything. I'm not collecting all the figures that don't come in plastic, basically. I'm just collecting all the Cyberverse figures that come in plastic, and now we know that Hasbro might be getting rid of all their plastic, apparently, for the packaging in the future, which is really strange. But yeah, this Wave 5, this is Wave 5 of the Cyberverse Warrior Class wave, and yeah, it's a repack of a Shockwave, and then there's a Bumblebee retool from Wave 1, and of course Drift, who I'm looking super forward to, and Jetfire. Yeah, so I'm really excited. These figures should hit the shelves around October 30th, 2019, maybe hopefully in Canada earlier or around the same time. But yeah, these are the ones that we've talked about before that have, the action based mechanic. They either shoot things out their arms, or swords a sword shoots out a Drift's arm and that. But yeah, I really like the Skyfire, the Jetfire. He looks really cool. I don't have that Shockwave, so definitely want this Shockwave. This Shockwave looks pretty awesome as well. The Bumblebee, like I said, I already have the Wave 1 Bumblebee, but I'd probably get this Bumblebee as well. But I'm just highly, highly looking forward to that Drift. yeah, he looks really cool. He has a swing slash. Jetfire has a sky surge. Bumblebee, it says he has a hive swarm, and Shockwave has a wave cannon. I really like the art too on these packages. That's why I like really collecting Cyberverse in the packaging. It looks really cool. Like, they did a good job on the packaging. The show is only like a 15-minute long episodes, and I can't really get into the show or anything. And I know this is the more of the, the line that's for more kids or whatever, but I still think what they're homaging to some stuff is really cool, and that Jetfire looks cool. That Drift actually looks really cool. Might have to buy 2 Drifts and open him up. And that Shockwave looks pretty cool as well. And like I said, they might not be packaging the figures like this in the future, so I'm kind of collecting at least the Cyberverse sealed, as many as I can that I like. I don't think I'm going for a full, like, if I saw some of those, the ones that don't have they're just like in car mode, and they just like, they have the box on them, but you can still see the toy's out in the open, it has no plastic over it. I mean, if those go on clearance in the future, I'd probably pick them up, but as of now, I'm just kind of focusing on collecting the stuff that I like, and the stuff that is sealed, so, and in the way I like it. So, who knows, this might be a relic of the past in the future. So, I just thought it's a fun thing to do. A lot of people don't like this line, like I've said many times. I still don't mind it. There's lots of stuff to really like about this line, and yeah, like I said, that Drift, I'm highly impressed by that Drift. Its car mode looks sleek, its robot mode looks awesome. Some people don't like the purple with the white and the red and all that, but I really do. The Shockwave looks awesome. He is like, just his eye, you know how Shockwave always has the Cyclops eye. His eye looks kind of mean and treacherous and cool. But yeah, Wave 5, not a lot to say on these guys, except I really want them. And yeah, maybe I'll do another toy haul video in the future when I pick these guys up or something like that. But yeah, let me know. Are you still into the Cyberverse? Do you care? They're not for everyone, but they are fun to collect and hunt down. Another thing to collect, another thing to hunt down, and all that. But yeah, I am looking forward to Drift the most, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that quickly. Some Transformers figures I am super psyched about is then, more of the Seacons are being released, and yeah, you can get them on Collection Toys right now and other websites, I'm sure. But yeah, I put an order in for the other 2 Seacons, so I'd like to get these guys as well. So now you can pre-order a Lobclaw, a Nautilator, other name, and also Kraken or Sea Wing. So yeah, these guys, I like their colors on these figures. These are nice. They're like a teal, blue, and black and gray, and that's how it is mostly on Lobclaw. Lobclaw looks like, another Ripper or something, remold, but yeah, his alt mode is pretty cool. It's like a little lobster guy, cute little lobster guy, and his robot mode is fantastic. Like, I really, really, really like his robot mode. It'd be hard not to. I know these guys will be all really cool, combined in combiner form, but yeah, I really like that robot mode. I know people are a little down on these guys just because they cost a bit more, and can only get them through websites or the Takara store, I'm pretty sure, and they just cost a little bit more, which is a downer. But this is the last of the traditional G1 style combiner guys, so, and I really like their colors. Like, this Lobclaw is really cool, and when I go look at Kraken, yeah, he's pretty intense. He's like a manta ray, I'm guessing. He's got the black and the teal and the gray. He's some sort of flying ship manta ray. But yeah, his robot mode, I like the other guy a little more, Lobclaw, but this manta ray guy, Sea Wing, Kraken, whatever you prefer calling him, yeah, he looks cool. He's got big wings on him. He's got, his feet are big and bulky. He's got a weapon, and yeah, these 2 kind of have the same colors. The other 2 kind of have the same colors, so they're kind of doing 2 and 2, and yeah, they look good. Like, the original toy, I kind of, like I've said before, thought it was kind of junky and strange, even though I almost bit the bullet on it a few times. I just wasn't used to it, but I always liked the colors of it. It had more unique style, and same with these guys. This guy has a little tinge of yellow on Sea Wing Kraken, and on his eye visors are a little bit of yellow, and just on his knees. And that really pops. These guys, I know what you mean. If you saw them on a shelf, you might think they all look the same, 2 and 2, or like, you're like, kind of confused. You're like, is there only 3 of them? But no, they did a great job, and I'm super stoked. Like, definitely be reviewing these figures and yeah, loving them and unboxing them and gushing over them because they did a great job. Like, I'm gonna go back to look at Lobclaw. I like Lobclaw a little more for some reason. It's just his head sculpt, and yeah, he has a little hints of red on his belt and his knees instead of yellow. There's yellow eyes when he's in his robot little crustacean mode, his little lobster mode. I wonder if he tastes good, darling. But no, yeah, this guy, he's got like an axe as a weapon and a little blaster, a little gun. So these guys are all about, any of them you can make when they're all in their combined mode. Any of them, one of them you can make into a weapon because they're a 6 team instead of just the regular 5 team for the original G1 Scramble City Combiner style Transformers. But yeah, I'm hyped on these guys. I am really going to enjoy these guys. Really like their robot modes, and yeah, I really like their robot modes, and I am looking forward to their combiner mode and seeing the other 2 figures. I can't wait. I gotta pre-order these guys as soon as possible. I have the other 2 pre-ordered, but yeah, just with the Switch Lite coming out and a few other things. Self-maintenance. I gotta make sure, and I got so many pre-orders right now, but these guys are a must-have, and yeah, I'd love to get I'd love to review these guys. Are you guys into the Seacons? Are you guys into the Seacons? Are you excited for this batch? Are you upset about the price? I'd love to hear it. I love talking about you guys. I love talking with you guys down in the comments about all the stuff that we're talking about here. And yeah, give me your opinion. I'm really open to hearing different things. Are you mad these aren't in the store? Like, yeah, I think I am mad about that part. I know maybe they wouldn't sell good or blah blah blah, but just have them in the store. I don't know. It sucks that so many of this line and stuff there's so many generation selects. This is a generation select, so it's not as easy as finding some of the others, even though I've seen some of the selects go into Toys R Us on the East Coast and into EB Games, which is really interesting as well. But yeah, let me know how you feel about these guys. Do you like them? Do you not like them? I'm loving them, and yeah, really excited. The Takara Tommy Mall exclusive Siege Nemesis Prime. Yeah, I really wanted to talk about this. I've never really been into the Nemesis Prime, Black Convoy, Scourge, repaints. I didn't really like something about the head sculpt on the one that was from the last line, Powers of the Prime. I still probably should have got it, actually, when I think of it, but track down one at some point. But I really like this one, the repaint that they're doing. This is, sadly though, this is a Takara Tommy Mall exclusive, and I think they only ship from that website in Japan only. So we hope, I really hope, and we hope, people hope, the people, don't forget about the people. The people hope that, yeah, we can get this from other online retailers and stuff like that. Because, yeah, he's actually really cool. He comes with a pink sword. It's like Alpha Trion sword from Titan's Return, painted pink. And I really like, yeah, he's got a cooler head sculpt. He doesn't have the battle damage on him as well, that I actually really like. These figures actually look a lot cleaner without that battle damage. And he's just the right type of turquoise and black, and with the pink sword really rocking out. So yeah, he looks really cool. I love the G2 repaint of that Laser Optimus Prime that they did. I think that was actually the one for Transformers Robots in Disguise. That was the toy they sold it with, the series. But yeah, they, when we first met Scourge and that, but yeah, he's so cool. Also, the vehicle mode, the little truck, Cybertronian truck. I'm not the biggest fan of this transformation, but it doesn't look too bad. It all blacked out with the teal and the red. So I think it would have been cooler though if they made his chest part more like pink. I remember it being more pink than this dark red, but yeah, you never know with these guys. And I think I read it was March 2020 that this guy will be out. So wow, something to look forward to in the new year. A dark Optimus, a black Nemesis, Scourged Optimus Prime figure. Yeah, would you guys bite the bullet and buy another one of these? Do you like Prime, Nemesis Prime repaints? Do you care? Do you think it's just another way, do another Ultra Magnus, do another Nemesis Prime, another cheap way to just recolor a toy? But I think it works, and in this case, this guy looks good, and I really like the no battle damage on him. And yeah, I think it'll be like 59 American, so yeah, it'd be like 59 or something American, but I don't know. It looks good. I want one. Yeah, I kind of want that other one too now that I say it. I was like, I didn't really want it, but now I want Powers of the Prime Nemesis Optimus Prime. I wonder how much that goes for still. So you can still get Transformers Powers of the Prime Nemesis Prime. Just checking it out on Big Bad Toy Store. It says 69, so I guess that's in Canadian dollars. Maybe it's American. I can't remember right now. But actually, when I look at it, yeah, it's the head sculpt. I almost don't want it. I like that little. Yeah, I really like that little Nemesis Ryan Pax. That's cool. And you know, the truck, it looks okay. I don't know, the truck and trailer. They look a little junky, but. And yeah, the Prime, I'm not as big fan of it as I thought I would be. I do like the new one, though. I'm definitely jumping on board for this one and, yeah, grabbing the new one. But the other one, it's something with the other one's head sculpt just doesn't look right to me. But the new one does the trick. So, yeah, hold off on this guy. If I find this other one, Nemesis Prime, Powers of the Prime, down the road for cheap, I would pick it up. But I'm not going to pay $69.99. Transformers Siege Reconnaissance Refraktor 3-pack released at Canadian retail. It says DFW 2005. Of course, yeah, Toys R Us in Canada. We still have it, guys. We still have it, everybody. Don't be offended. Every gender is included except for you, Danny. But yeah, okay, so we go, yeah, if I didn't have my in connection, my homie, my elementary school friend that works at Toys R Us, I wouldn't have access to this guy. I mean, one Refraktor hit the shelves, the other 2 or 3 that he had, one was for me, one was for another serious collector that I just met the other day in town, and another Transformers collector. But these guys are about like 10 years older than me, but yeah. And the one guy, he came into my work, he's like, I got a hookup at Toys R Us. I'm like, is it DHR? He's like, yeah, it is. Just one of my yeah, like I said, school friend and all that. But yeah, it's awesome to have the homie in there to let me know when stuff comes out, because I love this set. I actually showed the video when I went into the Toys R Us. I hope you enjoyed that. And I just shot some of the inserts for the unboxing and review just today and yesterday. So working on that, that'll probably be the next Transformers figure, the next Transformers toy review to be out. And then yeah, I really like it. And yeah, I got 2 Refraktors for the animation colors. I want to always say Refraktor. I got 2 animation color ones, and then my friend sent me one from Vancouver that I paid him for. And yeah, now I have all 3, so I have both, and I want to do an unboxing of the other guys. And now yeah, I just love to do that. I like Refraktor, however you want to say it. I really think it's cool. You know, the little lens on it, the Siege packaging, the retro packaging with a new twist, just goes the extra mile. I was just so happy that they had it at Toys R Us in Canada. Like, you know, I'm so happy we still have a Toys R Us. We're getting some of these con exclusives. We're getting some of these Target exclusives roll through Toys R Us in Canada. Some of the Walgreens stuff like that. Some of the obscure stuff is coming through, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. Yeah, this looks great. I will have my review out soon as plausible. Like I said, the Switch and the Sega Genesis stuff like that kind of put me back a little on time and extra hours at work. So it's not ongoing. So, but yeah, it's good. It's busy, feeling okay, and just trying to, you know, make this content. But I'm so happy Toys R Us had this. So if you're in Canada, I already heard it went on the East Coast, or it's now on the West Coast. You know, keep your eyes out for it. Let me know if you're finding it in other places in the States. That'd be really interesting. And yeah, which do you prefer? The G1 style colors, the G1 style toy accurate colors, the G1 style or mail order figures. So mail order figures sounds so weird. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you like better. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you. Just thought I'd mention this in today's roundup. And before we wrap this podcast up, I'd just like to talk about Nova Storm coming to the TCG. That's the Transformers trading card game, Siege Volume 2. Yeah, it looks really cool. Nova Storm looks awesome. His Tetra Jet mode in all yellow in space looks really cool, and his robot mode looks really great as well. You know, I'm loving these Transformers TCG trading cards because, yeah, I like collecting them. I really like the art on them. I don't have anyone to play with in my area or anything like that, but they are really interesting. I like the art, I like collecting, so I like collecting them, and they're fun to open and unbox on the channel, and they're fun to just talk about, and yeah, I'm actually really enjoying it. like I said before, the last trading cards I ever got into was Pokemon, and yeah, I've softly collected Pokemon cards here and there. But yeah, these Transformers TCG have totally got me back into cards, and yeah, I'm really liking them. And there's also Spinster coming out in the future as well. Really like his colors, the pinks, the turquoise, the purples, his helicopter mode, his robot mode looks great. That's awesome. I love seeing these trading cards with these characters on them. Yeah, they do a nice job. And like other card games, their character cards are actually really big. They're oversized, but not oversized like too big. They're just like the perfect size. But yeah, I really like them. The character cards are big. Yeah, the colors are bright. They have shinies, metallics, holographics, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, there's in the Siege line, they also give a little small shiny as well. So there's a small shiny and a big shiny, which is different from the first waves. But yeah, I am so happy. This will be like wave 4 basically of the TCG as a whole, but volume 2 of just the Siege portion. But yeah, wow. These cards look great. I will be collecting them. I will definitely unbox some more on the channel. I really like those videos. It's fun just to open packs with y'all and see your responses. And yeah, if you're into these cards, I know these cards can be, gambling in a sense. These cards can be addicting, so make sure you buy your cards at your own risk and don't gamble all your money away or anything like that. But play responsibly and know your limits. But truly, yeah. But yeah, the cards, they look cool. They're fantastic. I love to review more of them. Just thought I'd bring these 2 characters up quickly, as I am loving collecting these cards. I just want to share more with you. And yeah, like I said, love the conversation about them and the art. And yeah, it's just fun. Something else to get into. But yeah, thanks for listening. And yeah, we'll wrap this podcast up. Hey everyone, that will wrap it up for this week's podcast. I will have more episodes out soon and more frequent. I apologize. Add some more VHS and memories back in this. I'm thinking when I have time, I'm going to watch some Ghostbusters and do a VHS memories on Ghostbusters for Halloween. So as we get into October next month, spooky. But thank you for being here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of different stuff on here, lots of stuff I tried to cover. Yeah, lots more stuff planned for the next podcast. And as I said, let's get all these 9 episodes up to 100 views. And once we get the 10th episode up to 100 views, we'll do some giveaways and hangouts and some live streams and some stuff like that. So thank you for being here as always. Thank you for supporting me here. Thank you for watching the channel, subscribing, liking, commenting. It really does help me out. And yeah, I just want to grow. I just want to make content that people enjoy. I just want to make fun content, for all different types of people. And yeah, common ground where we can just get nerdy, talk about Transformers, VHS, gaming, whatever comes our way. But thank you as always. Yeah, stay strong, stay safe, stay positive, and this dolphin might even catch you on that flip side, y'all. Goodbye.